In the heart of West Africa, a remarkable civilization emerged around 1500 BCE. The Nok people, with their distinctive copper-colored skin, laid the foundation for a rich cultural heritage. They inhabited the vast regions of what is now central Nigeria. Their society thrived for over 1500 years, leaving an indelible mark on African history. The Nok were pioneers in many ways, setting the stage for the future West African civilizations. The Nok culture was named after the village where the first artifacts were discovered. This happened in 1928, sparking intense interest among archaeologists. As more discoveries were made, a picture of a sophisticated society began to emerge. The Nok people were not just farmers or hunters. They were artists, traders, and innovators. Their legacy continues to inspire researchers and artists alike. The Nok civilization flourished in a time of great change. They witnessed the transition from the Stone Age to the Iron Age. Their society laid the groundwork for the great West African empires that would follow. The Nok people are perhaps best known for their remarkable terracotta sculptures. These intricate works of art have captivated the world since their discovery. The sculptures depict human figures, animals, and mythical creatures. They showcase the Nok's exceptional skill and artistic vision.
Nok terracotta heads are particularly famous. They feature distinctive features, triangular eyes, flared nostrils, and elaborate hairstyles. These sculptures provide invaluable insights into Nok society. They reveal details about clothing, jewelry, and social status. The artworks also hint at the spiritual beliefs of the Nok people. Many sculptures seem to have had a religious or ceremonial significance.
The creation of these terracotta figures required great skill and knowledge. The Nok artists used local clay, carefully shaping and firing their creations. The artistic legacy of the Nok extends far beyond their time. Today, Nok sculptures are celebrated in museums worldwide, a testament to their enduring appeal. The Nok civilization was built on a strong economic foundation. Agriculture played a crucial role in their society. They cultivated crops such as millet, sorghum, and yams. These staple foods supported a growing population. The Nok also kept livestock, including cattle, sheep, and goats. Their farming techniques were advanced for their time. They used terracing and crop rotation to maximize yields. Trade was another pillar of Nok society. They established extensive trade networks across West Africa. The Nok traded their agricultural surplus and crafted goods. In return, they received exotic items from distant lands. This trade brought wealth and new ideas to Nok settlements. It also facilitated cultural exchange with neighboring societies. Perhaps the most significant achievement of the Nok was their mastery of ironworking. They were among the earliest societies in sub-Saharan Africa to smelt and forge iron. This technology revolutionized agriculture, warfare, and daily life. Iron tools made farming more efficient. Iron weapons gave the Nok a military advantage. The legacy of Nok ironworking can still be seen in traditional African blacksmithing techniques. Around the same time as the Nok civilization, another significant event was reshaping Africa. This was the Bantu expansion. It began around 3000 BCE in West Africa. Over thousands of years, Bantu-speaking peoples migrated across sub-Saharan Africa. This massive movement of people had a profound impact on the continent's genetic and cultural landscape. The Bantu expansion was driven by several factors. Population growth and the development of agriculture were key drivers. The Bantu brought with them new farming techniques and iron technology. They also carried their languages, which today form the largest language family in Africa.
As we moved, we interacted with and sometimes absorbed local populations. This led to a rich tapestry of cultures and physical characteristics across Africa. The expansion of Bantu-speaking peoples had a significant impact on skin tone diversity. The original Bantu likely had copper-colored skin similar to the Nok. As we moved into different environments, our skin tone adapted. In equatorial regions, darker skin provided better protection from the sun. The Bantu expansion also led to the spread of iron technology.
Section 5, Saharan Connections, West Africa meets the Mediterranean. As West African societies like the Nok flourished, they established connections across the Sahara. This vast desert was a space of interaction and exchange. By the first millennium BCE, trade routes crisscrossed the Sahara. These routes linked West Africa with North Africa and the Mediterranean. They became conduits for goods, ideas, and people. Gold from West Africa was highly prized in North Africa and Europe. In exchange, West Africans received salt, cloth, and manufactured goods. Islam spread to West Africa along these trade routes. These urban centers became hubs of commerce and culture. Section 6. Golden Empires, Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. The Nok and early West African societies paved the way for great empires. The Ghana Empire emerged around 300 CE, followed by the Mali Empire in the 13th century, and the Songhai Empire in the 15th century. These empires thrived on trade, agriculture, and metalworking. The Ghana Empire controlled the trans-Saharan gold trade. The Mali Empire peaked under Mansa Musa.
My pilgrimage to Mecca became legendary.
Timbuktu became a center of Islamic learning. The Songhai Empire was the largest of the West African empires. Its fall to Moroccan invaders in 1591 ended West Africa's imperial age. Section 7. Centers of learning, Timbuktu and beyond. The great West African empires were not just known for their wealth and power, they were also centers of learning and intellectual achievement. The city of Timbuktu in particular gained fame as a hub of scholarship. At its peak, Timbuktu was home to hundreds of schools and universities. Scholars from across Africa and the Islamic world flocked to study there. Timbuktu's libraries held hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. These covered topics ranging from astronomy to zoology. Many of these texts were written by African scholars with copper-colored skin. They made significant contributions to fields like mathematics and medicine. The intellectual achievements of Timbuktu challenged European notions of African primitiveness. But Timbuktu was not the only center of learning in West Africa. Cities like Gao, Jan, and Kano also had thriving intellectual communities. These cities were linked by networks of scholars and traders. The legacy of these centers of learning continues to inspire. Section 8. The Dark Era Impact of the Transatlantic Slave Trade. The transatlantic slave trade marked a dark turning point for West Africa. European traders began forcibly transporting Africans to the Americas in the 15th century. This brutal trade lasted over 400 years. It devastated West African societies. Millions were removed from their homes, families torn apart, and communities destroyed. The trade targeted the young and healthy, profoundly impacting demographics. It fueled conflicts and increased warfare. The journey to the Americas was horrific, with many dying during the Middle Passage. Survivors faced hardship and oppression in the Americas. The legacy of slavery continues to shape societies on both sides of the Atlantic. Section 9. Resilience and cultural preservation in the New World. Despite the horrors of slavery, African peoples showed incredible resilience. In the Americas, they fought to preserve their cultures and identities. They found ways to maintain their traditions. Even in the face of oppression, this cultural resilience played a crucial role in shaping the cultures of the Americas. It led to the creation of vibrant new cultural forms. Music was one area where African influences remained strong. Enslaved Africans brought their musical traditions with them to the Americas. These traditions evolved and merged with other influences. The result was the creation of new musical genres. Blues, jazz, samba, and reggae all have roots in African musical traditions.
African spiritual beliefs also persisted in the New World. They merged with Christianity and indigenous beliefs. This led to the development of new religious practices. Vodou in Haiti, Santeria in Cuba, and Candomblé in Brazil are examples.
Section 10. Global Legacy, Copper-Colored Skin in the Modern Era. Today, the descendants of West Africa's copper-colored peoples can be found around the world. They have made significant contributions to global culture, politics, and science. In the Americas, Africa, Europe, and beyond, people of West African descent have risen to positions of leadership and influence. Their achievements are a testament to the resilience and creativity of their ancestors.
In the fields of art and literature, African-descended creators have gained global recognition. Writers like Toni Morrison and Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie have won prestigious awards. Artists like Jean-Michel Basquiat and Yinka Shonibare have redefined contemporary art. Musicians of African descent dominate global popular music. From Beyoncé to Burna Boy, they continue to innovate and inspire.
In politics and activism, leaders of West African descent have fought for justice and equality. Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., and Barack Obama are just a few examples. These leaders have challenged systems of oppression and pushed for positive change. The story of West Africa's copper-colored peoples is one of resilience, creativity, and enduring impact.